Here is a Lasko Breeze Machine fan. This is a 2000s model, I think. This is another one of those fans that has been in production for a very long time. I believe it can be traced back all the way to the 90s, and there is still a variant of it sold today, which I think is relatively similar. Another long-running characteristic of this fan is the blade. It does utilize the same blade that is in the 2009, and it's a pretty quiet blade, and it moves decent air. For being an all-plastic fan with a thick guard around the outside of it, this is a surprisingly decent fan. It moves decent air, and it's relatively quiet. It has a handle, but it's really, it's kind of uselessly thin. It's meant for, those modern day people with tiny fingers. It's a 2-speed model. There's the old Lasko logo. It utilizes a basic C-frame shaded pole motor. It says something on the bottom of it. Part number... Jeez. The focus, there we go. 020300058LG. SC lot number 195. Looks like that's a handwritten number on there. Unfortunately, oh, there's more informations. Style 336, type 10. And then there's, I think that's supposed to be a date code or something, but I can't make out what's on there. Or maybe that says the model number? I don't know. Tori can probably tell me what the numeric model number of this thing is. Unfortunately, this is in pretty bad shape. It's missing one of the feet, and these are actually pretty rubbery, so that's would have been nice to have that there. It's missing several screws. It's missing one of the screws out of the bottom there. So this just kind of opens up, which is not correct. And it's missing the thing on the side here, so the tilt. It does have the other one, so it stays in place, but it's not as sturdy as it should be. It does have the fused plug, so it's got to be, I guess, mid to late 2000s at oldest, probably. I don't know if there's any identifying date information on there or not. Oh, I think it says Lasko. Is that upside down? I was thinking, need a magnifying glass to see this daggone thing. I don't see any date information on there. Covered by 1 watt is beyond me. This is the infamous fused plug. Ooh. It's kind of funny because we rag on these things for having these non-replaceable fuses, yet I can't think of a single instance where I've ever seen that fuse go out and that be the cause of the fan not working. So, I guess you really can't say too much about them. It's more funny goof stuff. I know the newer ones have the Lasko logo, a Lasko badge in the center, so this isn't the current design. And maybe it's just the one before it. Alright, let's plug this thing in and see how it operates. We're testing right now at 119.2 the volts. And did this say how much power it draws? 0.65 amps. So it eats up quite a bit of power. It really amazes me how fans are still able to be sold with these shaded pole motors, with how energy efficiency crazed and obsessed so many regulations have become. It's baffling to me that we're still using such inefficient motors in the basis of so many simple appliances. What was the power draw? 0.65 amps. So we'll put this in amps and start off with 1. It does have like a aerodynamics issue. There's hardly any air coming out and it doesn't sound right. I'm going to bump it up to high. There we go, it just fixed itself. So go back down to low. Yeah, it's funny, there's reviews. I had looked at some reviews of this fan years ago, and I remember people commenting about it having that problem. People would say, you know, it starts making this weird sound, and then it doesn't move any air. And I thought, what is wrong with these crazy people? But no, it's absolutely true. Sometimes it makes a weird sound and it doesn't move any air. And I just have to wonder how in the world it even left the R&D phase with that problem. So we're looking at 0.34 amps, 29.3 watts, and a power factor of 0.71. And the airflow is not bad. It's gentle, but it's absolutely there. And it's very quiet. I can hardly even hear it at this speed. So this is my kind of fan. I like slow, calm, quiet fans. Okay, let's go to the high. And that is 0.53 the amps. Can you see that on the camera? Oh, you can. 44.3 to watts and 0.69 power factor. And it's moving a pretty good air on high. It's not super strong, but the airflow is not bad. I can feel air moving from across the room here, but it's not much at all. And the air isn't traveling too far. 3 or 4 feet back, I can still feel a decent breeze. The blade is not in great balance, but it's not crazy out of alignment either. You can see it vibrating a little bit. It looked worse on the low. Actually, it doesn't really feel all that bad. I don't know what it is with Lasko and Air Queen and their blades, but they just can't ever seem to get the balance right. I have not cleaned or serviced this. The spin down time is going to be kind of short. So anyways, that's the Lasko Breeze Machine fan.